this is Davey T from Field Sports Scotland. I'm coming to you today to tell you, to have a little bit of chat about Nightvision and what might be better for you. We're not going to be talking about an individual product, but mainly about Nightvision setup itself. Now, there has been a lot of talk on the forums and on social media about what is the best add-ons Nightvision unit and what is the best dedicated scope. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I've done this in the past a few times, but genuinely there's more and more people coming into the sport of night shooting, and the questions are getting re-asked and rehashed from years past. So I'm just going to reiterate some of the things that you might have heard before, but also maybe bring up some of the things that you haven't heard before. Now, I have tested a lot of Nightvision over the years. I have tested thermal units, I've tested front add-on kits, rear add-on kits, dedicated scopes, binoculars, Nightvision cameras, and obviously your trail cameras. So I've reviewed a lot and I've tested a lot over the years. I'm not an expert in it. The technology, what goes into a lot of the technology, I understand a lot, but I can't tell you what really is happening, why the protons are transferred from one state to another state and allow you to see at night and things like that. I'm not going to get into any of that. I'm just going to talk about the equipment that you might want to buy. Now, first of all, add-on. Add-on units come in all shapes and sizes. You've got rear add-on units such as the Night Sight, or homemade devices, or stuff from NV UK and various other products. And the one that's doing the rounds at the minute is a Chinese version called the PARD 008, or I think that's a new one. 007 is probably the one that's more likely to be out in the market at the minute. Now, they are brilliant. They are good units. They fit on the back of your normal day scope. They usually use clamps or some sort of thing to fit onto the eyepiece of your day scope. Then what happens is it will change the IR filter through the camera. You will be able to use the scope to zoom into whatever that you're shooting at. Genuinely, the quality is very good. However, there is a couple of downsides. Rear add-on kits can be awkward. It changes your shooting position. So your normal natural shooting position for shooting through your scope will be completely changed. Some of them will have screens sitting on top of your rifle. Many are not waterproof, and they become awkward when you're moving about either in a vehicle or whether even when you're having to hike out to a spot to sit and just wait and watch. There is a benefit to all add-on kits, and that is that you can go from day to night with the same rifle and have no issues. The big problem with your rear add-on kit though is it doesn't like good glass. When I talk about good glass, I'm talking about heavily coated glass that is designed for target shooters and stalkers and general hunting conditions. Now, these glasses are coated with various film layers, purged with nitrogen to stop misting, to stop glare from the sun, to give the most crystal clear vision that you can possibly get when you are shooting. Now, the rear add-on kits pick up on all those coatings and the extensive gas that's inside of them, and the image quality becomes very, very poor, especially at higher magnification. So you're not getting the full benefit out of your unit. The one thing about it is some of them do work okay when you're cracked back to 4 times or 6 times magnification. But if you go any higher than that, then you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle for clarity, and that becomes dangerous when you're shooting at night. The other thing about the rear add-ons, with the position that you're at when you're shooting, sometimes you cannot get that true zero because you're angling the rifle to how you're looking at the screen. But that's relative, to be fair, because you can work around that, and sometimes that it doesn't make any difference. But the big thing is you cannot use a really good scope. For instance, like a Swarovski or a Zeiss or a Meopta or something like that. However, if you do have one of those high-end scopes, front add-on kits might be good for you. There is benefits to the front add-on kits, but there is also downsides to the front add-on kits. The front add-on kit's benefits are it does not change your shooting position. And if you buy the right one, you don't need to change zero, such as the rear add-on kits, you don't need to change zero. But the front add-on kit, all the weight is at the front. Now, they work well because you're using the glass to see the picture. So you're not using a picture to see through the glass, if you get what I mean. Now that is where the downside of the front add-on kit is. Unlike the rear add-on kit, you can zoom in and out using the scope. So if you've got a variable high-powered scope, but a budget glass, let's just say a Hawk Sidewinder. If you've got a rear add-on kit and a Hawk Sidewinder, you can use that up right up to 20 times, and you will get the same clarity at 20 times as what you will at say 10 times or 5 times or 6 times with the rear add-on kit. So you're zooming into what you're shooting. But with the front add-on kit, you're not zooming into what you're shooting. You're zooming into what the camera is seeing. So if the camera only sees an image at 2 times magnification, you are basically zooming your rifle in. Okay, it's still making it bigger, but the clarity is not changing because you're only zooming in to the picture that is on the camera. I hope I've kind of made you understand that a little bit. However, when I tested the Pulsar F155, I got really good results, and I was shooting out past 200 yards. And I do have a video on this channel of me shooting a fox at 200 yards in the snow, and that was with the front add-on kit on good glass. Now, generally, because in my position, my basic job requires me to have reasonable glass, because generally, first and foremost, I'm a stalker, not a pest controller. I preferred the front add-on kit, whether it was on my 2.2 for doing rabbits with a Meopta scope, or whether it was through the Swarovski scope that I had on my 270 or 243 at the time. Now, if you don't like add-on kits and you do have a dedicated rifle, or you want to dedicate a rifle for pest control, then like me, you can have on the 2.2 for rabbits, you can have your day scope. I have a separate 2.2 for running during the day, and then at night I have a dedicated night vision scope, like here, the Yukon Photon. Now, the Yukon Photon is one of the most popular budget night vision units that you can possibly get. It's this one here is a 6.5 XT. You could pick up on eBay or any other outlet second hand for roughly about £300 at the minute. And if you do come across a really good bargain, because there seems to be a flood of them, you can even get them for about £150 to £200. Now, if you do see those bargains and they are working fine, pick them up, because although they can be fiddly to mount and zero, and I've got plenty of tutorials on how to do that, I can guarantee you won't regret it. This cracking unit. Now, you do get other ones, higher range ones. You've got the N355 that I reviewed not that long ago. A lot of digisites from Pulsar. You have the ATNs that have come out. The ATN 4K I think is out. You've got, and then if you want to go out to the higher end market, we're talking drone pros and phosphor base units and stuff like that. But a lot of those you cannot use during the day. These, however, are day and night scopes. Along with the ATN, you can use and zero, and you can shoot quite confidently. Not great great clarity, but you can shoot quite confidently during the day. The one I've got on my 243 at the back here is the new Yukon Photon RT. It's got a little bit more features than what the XT has. The one thing I do have to say about all night vision units. All night vision units are useless without the light. Now, whether we're not talking about the high-end stuff, we're just talking about the digital stuff. The high-end stuff, phosphor tube systems and stuff like that, use the ambient light that's round about you, so tend not to need an IR unit or anything like that. Now, when I talk about an IR, we're talking about a torch with an IR pill, or a laser that is infrared. These become, because of the camera's IR capabilities, these become able to pick up the light that is invisible to you and I. Now, this little X30 is good out to about 300 yards, and I use it on my little rabbiting gun. It's not huge, not massive at all. This is from Laserware, and I get some good rabbiting results for that. Now, if you want to go longer range, you need something slightly bigger. If I can find it. It was here. I seem to have lost it. Oh, it's hiding in the back here. Right. This is a Laserware X70. You can't buy these anymore. Well, they don't make them anymore. But this is good out to 1100 yards with the IR. This is based on a T67 or a T50 model, and all they do is they take basically a pill. I've seen if I've got one lying about here. I usually do. They take one of these pills. Well, this one's for the X70. Come in various colours, but the one that's in it is IR, it's infrared. Now, your night vision is only as good as your IR. General low-end or up to £1,000 digital night vision units, they will pick up, the better the sensor will pick up the more ambient light. However, in complete darkness, every one of them needs an external IR. Some will come with it built in, but they're not very good. Genuinely, the built-in IRs are only good to about 200 yards. So always recommend an external one. Also saves the battery power. Even if you've got an external battery usage or whatever, it saves the battery power on the units, because the internal IRs use the battery, obviously, that's in the unit, and they're quite powerful. So like for this Yukon Photon here, this XT, I can get maybe about 8 or 9 days shooting out of 2 AA batteries, because I use an external IR and I turn it off after every shot. Now, if you genuinely get about 4 or 5 hours out of 2 batteries if you're in constant use, and you get a lot less if you're using the IR in full power, you'll probably maybe only get about an hour and a half to 2 hours out of AA batteries. The IR is probably one of the most important bits of the kit. Without the IR, you are not going to get distance. So, I hope I've helped you understand a little bit about what night vision might be useful for you. Just to kind of reiterate what I've just said, dedicated scopes, ideal if you have a dedicated rifle that you're not having to pull on and off every 10 days or every time you want to go stalking or whatever. If you really just want to put one rifle in your cabinet, then I would say that if you've got a stocking scope like a Swarovski or whatever, I would say front add-on. If you've got a lower end scope that is great for on a budget or whatever, but you still find it accurate for stocking and things like that, hole zero perfect, then you can use front or rear. Benefits of the rear is you can use the full capabilities of the scope. Benefits of the front, it doesn't change the shooting position or your natural shooting position. Usually a lot more compact unit, usually better coupling and a lot more stable, and usually easier to attach. Genuinely, you can go stalking all day, have your little F155 in a pouch, and then decide I'm going to set up to do a bit of foxing. Click it on, because usually the F155s come with a cover that you can keep on your scope at the whole time, that you just click on the unit, and then that takes about 30 seconds. Click it on, you're sitting there, power it up, fox comes along, bang, sitting there for first light, take it off, put it into your bag, deer comes along at first light, bang, there you go. That's genuinely the benefits of add-ons versus digital. You can't shoot deer with digital scopes, you can't shoot deer with night vision scopes in Scotland, so be aware of that as well. Don't think that because you can shoot these during the day that you're going to be quite happy to go along and shoot shoot deer and then shoot at night. At the moment, it's not legal to do that in Scotland anyway. In England, I am not 100% sure. I would double check that. But genuinely, without a license, you can't shoot deer at night anyway. So, what else can I say about digital night vision? Downsides. Downsides of all digital night vision or all night vision products. When they go wrong royally. It is a computer chip that's in these, and the Yukon photons are not fully waterproof. I don't think the AT&X sights are IPX high either. So when you're going for a high end, if you're going for a digital night vision unit, just remember that. The other thing about it is, if they do have to go back to manufacture and they can't be dealt with by the distributor or the dealer, then you could be waiting up to 6 months for it to be replaced or fixed. So that is a big deal as well. So if you do have a faulty one, wait until your night season's over and put it in, and hopefully you'll get it back for the following night season. Me, I don't have 6 months to wait for something to come back, and that's a big issue for me in regards to all the night vision products. Right, I hope I've covered a lot of the things that in regards to night vision and given you a better idea what might suit you. I'm not going to go into, as I said at the very beginning, I'm not going to go into all the big details on how things work and whatever. Over the next couple of weeks, and after the British Shooting Show, I think 15th to 17th, I'll try and get more products in to do a lot more reviews before the end of the lambing season. It's big night vision time for us just now because foxing is here. So, but I will be attending the British Shooting Show to see what's on available, and hopefully get a few products to review or get an idea of what I want to review for the coming year. I'll be down on the 17th. So if any of you want to see me, just say hi. Just give me a tap on the shoulder and say, "Hiya David, how's things?" I'll probably be wandering around by myself because I get nobody to go with, Jimmy, no pals. So I'm going to take the trip down on the 17th to have a wander about, see what's available, get an idea of what's coming on the market, what is on the market and things. Just keep myself in to what's going on. So say hi if you see me. I will probably do another video before then. I've got a few things that I've got on the pipeline, so just keep tuned to the channel. I will have more competitions coming up. We haven't reached that 1,000 subscribers yet, so if you do like what you see, please subscribe, and you can win a chance of a night's bed and breakfast and a morning or evening stalking with me. So thank you for listening to us, and hopefully we've got a lot of products coming to you in 2019, and subscribe to my channel, and good night.